Well, howdy there, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Final Fantasy II. We are the good friends. My name's Cory.
My name's Ryan.
And we're drinking a cool beer. Brother Thelonious.
A Belgian-style Abbey Ale.
Named after Thelonious Monk, who we recommended an album to you last days ago?
Last time.
Last time.
By North Coast Brewing Company. Let's give her...
There's a jazz-related cheers. Not Brother Thelonious. Ornette Coleman died. He's a very famous saxophone man.
In memory.
Yeah. Just yesterday, I believe. And this is delicious.
That's good. Okay, so...
Oh yeah, we have a little bit of a...
I want to briefly talk about how we took a week off and stuff. We were party wiping a lot, so I decided to take a week and try to work on the party, try to improve them. The one thing that really needed to be improved is super hard to be improved, and that's magic defense. I tried. I really did. It didn't go up very much at all, if anything. So I worked on a whole bunch of other stuff instead. Like, for example, Furion can now heal stone away. So if he survives, he can heal it away. Because you need level 6 heal to do that.
Oh, you've got him holy too.
Oh yeah, and I got him holy. I don't know if I even... Yeah, I got him holy, and I've been working on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Maria has an oh shit button in the form of a level 9 toad. It doesn't work all the time, but it works more than a level 1 toad in just insta-killing enemies.
Yeah.
And Guy has gotten a bit of a stat up in his sword and shield skill. They're now up to level 9. And everyone has gotten a little bit more HP and MP than last time. So, all that said,
yes.
Back into this cave.
We could kind of talk a little bit, too, while we're going down here. About why we... I mean, that was the main reason we took the break, so that we could level up, because we were kind of hitting that wall with the party wipes, which is kind of a... I guess a design... You know, it's a little bit of a...
I feel like it's a design failure of this game.
You were talking about it, because there's a... It does something, like, I don't know, you explained it to me, like, what was happening that was causing it to be especially kind of...
Well, yeah, so basically, the way the game is supposed to work is that whenever your party is targeted by... A member of your party is targeted by magic, their magic defense goes up. And the way it's supposed to work is that anytime the whole party is targeted, everyone's magic defense goes up. Except it's broken in this game due to some weird memory assignment issue where instead of everyone's magic defense going up, just Furion's soul goes up. Which means that since the monsters in this game, when they cast magic, generally cast all cast magic, it's just, like, you just don't get stat ups.
That's a pretty significant...
It's a real problem.
And it's difficult to grind because you have to... Rather than just doing select cancel or something like that, you actually have to cast the spell on someone.
You have to single target cast on one person to raise just their magic defense, which sucks.
And apparently Ryan has tried this even for significant amounts of time and still not gotten
I spent 15 minutes in one battle trying to raise just Furion's magic defense, and after that fight was over, it still had not gone up. He had not gained an additional magic dodge.
Yeah.
So, I was very frustrated by that. So, our plan now is to break the recording every time we get to a new level of this dungeon, save state, and then anytime we have a party wipe due to the instant death, we're going to load that save state and work our way back through just that level rather than having to do the whole dungeon every time. Because otherwise, this is just going to take too long. And personally, my feeling is that if the game is, you know, not even necessarily malicious, but like it is just programmed in such a way that it doesn't function the way it's supposed to, we are allowing ourselves to play a little bit outside the rules in terms of using select cancel to raise up these magics and using save states to get through some of these areas that have these enemies.
Absolutely.
We were going to try to use save states just through the recording, but it crashes.
It
crashes the emulator if I try to do save state stuff while recording. So
yeah, So we appreciate too you bearing with us as we had a little bit of a delay. I hope you're enjoying Final Fantasy Legends so far. I know we also had a little bit of a mess up with that one too, and we I think the episodes are already out now where we kind of got our stuff together, and we're making legitimate progress. But let us know what you're thinking of that, and we're really committed to Final Fantasy, like finishing Final Fantasy 2 soon.
Yeah,
so
have no doubt.
We're
not skirting our blood oath of finishing this game.
No, and
we just needed to take some time to increase our stats.
Yeah, it was more a legitimate issue of just having enough time outside of work and stuff.
Yeah, we do live full-time lives outside of this project.
You do. I live in
a... I like to think I speak for both when I say that.
Live a half-life, Ryan. Isn't that what they called it in Fury Road? Like the half-life. What was wrong with the warboys in that movie?
What do you mean?
Like they all needed like blood and air. Were they irradiated or were they like?
I don't really know.
Also, did you get the sense that every single warboy was actually his son?
Whose son? Oh,
Skeleman?
Maybe.
Immortan or whatever.
Yeah, Immortan Joe.
Immortan Joe. That's right. We just watched Road Warrior last night.
Yes, the second in the original Mad Max trilogy. Is it really a trilogy?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it
totally
really fits that way, but
it's a sequence of tales. Yeah, I was reading about that too. I guess it's maybe evident, but I think the first two Mad Max movies especially had really low budgets. So I guess part of what's really cool about those movies is that I can't think of anything that had such crazy stunts done on such a low budget.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I think the truck car chase at the end of Road Warrior is still one of my favorite movie things.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It is very cool. And so clearly an inspiration for Fury Road.
For Fury Road. Yeah.
Which is a great movie, and you should go see it if you haven't.
Yeah, you really should. It's just totally... I feel like George Miller just totally vindicated the whole series too by putting Furiosa in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there's some pretty... The Wasteland is a scary place, and the first few movies are not very female-centric.
No.
In terms of how it presents the characters. So Fury is pretty cool.
Yeah, and even openly abusive towards women in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It does have Lord Humongous though, who is...
He's pretty...
Also, it just has the weird,
cool.
Wasteland BDSM gear kind of thing going on too. It was very strange.
That aesthetic.
Very interesting.
It's pretty
It's
out there.
pretty cool. Also, this beer is really good.
Yeah,
You should have a drink of this beer.
During these long combat turns.
Yeah. Because I started talking about it last time too, but I've been really obsessed with right at on the cusp of hard bop jazz, like 50s jazz. Mm-hmm. So I've been listening to a lot of early Thelonious Monk and Art Blakey. That's my jam right now. Mm-hmm. So I wanted this. Yeah, Ornette Coleman's dead. He did some of the earliest very innovative free jazz records. Like The Shape of Jazz to Come, and I think the album actually called Free Jazz. So, yeah.
Yeah. I cannot remember which of these doors is the one I want.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So it is all your fault.
These boring moles.
Yeah, bore moles. Bore mole bore.
Mm-hmm. Brian drank 8,000 cups of coffee.
I did. Before I came over and we had dinner and everything, I was grinding this save file for 3 hours, and during that time I made a pot of coffee, and I drank the whole pot of coffee. And then during dinner I also had an energy drink.
Yeah.
So despite how monotone my voice is, I'm actually super pumped.
The raging fire within.
The raging fire
Atoms
within.
are fusing in his heart.
Yeah, I told Cory I was going to channel it through my fingers.
That's true.
I'm going to look at the fucking map for this because this is ridiculous. There's so many doors, they're all just bullshit. I hate this
Monster
aspect
closets.
of this game. I won't apologize for using FAQs to get through these stupid bullshit dungeons with monster closets and just paths to nowhere all over the place. It is frustrating.
We're trying to make legit progress right now. We've already kind of wandered through some of these.
I'm not interested in replaying all these dungeons. I just want to get through them.
Yeah, totally.
I'm just not I'm not entranced by the challenge of this game anymore because it is so fundamentally broken in so many ways.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Aggravating. Like, I just... And the thing is, I like the game enough that I still want to see the plot and stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were talking about this. I know we probably had negative reactions, and we have some legit criticisms. Oh, this is kind of nice. Legit criticisms of this game, but...
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
Don't forget your thought. You have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't. What was I saying? I don't know.
See, that's the problem.
No. We've had some like harsh criticisms of the game in the past, but I think we both like really we really like a lot of aspects of this game, and not that we definitely want to play it, and like the narrative emphasis is so clearly like an advancement, and I think it's just unfortunate as we're realizing that they had a lot of really fantastic ideas, and I think it's like a combination of some of those ideas not working super well and some of them being legitimately broken that have impacted the experience.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I love a lot of the ideas behind the mechanics in this game, but the implementation and the bugginess is just, it's so game-breaking. Like, I just feel like in a time before the internet, like, this would have just been so impossible to complete for, like, the average person.
Yeah,
because
totally.
like, you just need reference materials.
I wonder how people actually finished this, like, immediately after it came out, if it's possible.
Clue. See, this is the kind of party that we have problems with. So we're going to try some stuff. Unfortunately, these guys have been evading my toads, so I'm going to just party cast fire.
Yeah, burn them up.
Layla's gotten a little bit stronger as a result of some of this grinding as well, so that's kind of nice. But you can't select cancel with your fourth party member, so it's a lot harder for me to raise her physical abilities, like her weapon skills, rather.
Yeah, totally. And I don't even think we're on the final NPC.
No, we still have Leonhard to find at some point. Yeah, I know he's our eventual fourth party member. He's the one we name at the very beginning of the game.
Oh, you're right, because he's in the horse fight. Mm-hmm. You know,
the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Oh man, you know
what's up?
All right, the Metallica song, the Four Horsemen.
I don't know it.
Horsemen are drawing nearer. Let us teach they ride. Come to take your life.
That sounds like a sick tune.
I'm totally selling it. It's one of those. Then he names all the horses. You know, like
he names them.
Sea Biscuit, and then he like no, that's not what he does.
Okay. See, the thing is, I would believe you. Like, you can totally trick me with metal stuff like that. Like, I would absolutely have believed you.
He names like the horsemen. You know, they're like pestilence.
Okay.
Something.
So like within the realm of believability.
Yeah, totally. It's pretty neat. That's on Kill 'Em All. That's incidentally my favorite Metallica album.
Hey, there
What's
you go.
your favorite Metallica album? Oh, and because I'm so shitty at responding to everything, like a lot of people said nice things about things that I wanted to reply to, so I'm going to try and, off the top of my head, reply to all of those things.
Hey, there you go.
I could also just, pull up the thing. Whoever said they liked, like, it was into, like, some of the drone metal stuff, and whoever posted Dragonaut, excellent song. I think that's my favorite song off that album, maybe next to Aquarium, on Sleep's Holy Mountain.
Am I an asshole for sometimes skimming a little past the music post? Like, it's just so...
I figured there's...
Like, I appreciate the discourse and stuff. It's
I really do.
I just have a really hard time understanding what's happening, so I tend to...
No, it's okay.
I love all of you. Please don't stop posting. But
please don't.
I struggle to understand what's going on.
I absolutely read them, and I realize that sometimes
Cory's
they're in dialogue
reading all
with
that
me.
stuff. He just doesn't always respond.
I usually read it at work, and I'm not really supposed to be, like, spending...
Although, of all the things that you could do on your computer at work that you're not supposed to...
I could post.
The forums are, like, pretty inconspicuous.
No, I know. I have like a weird anxiety issue with like posting because like I'm always afraid that I won't reply, and then like once if I don't reply immediately, like I get kind of overwhelmed, so that I won't reply. So it's not you guys. I really appreciate the posts. But anyway, Dragonaut, great song. Sleep is great. I think I liked all of the bands that
I did like the
guy
discussion
listed
on Sleep. Like, I feel like that really
Sleep's
spawned
wonderful.
an interesting discussion.
Because it was like Melvin's, Boris, Caius is great, Sky Valley. Did we say... I don't know if Electric Wizard was on that list too, but I'm a huge Electric Wizard fan.
I feel like I remember that being the case. Do you have like a username or something from Electric Wizard? Or did you have like a poster or a T-shirt or something? I have a weird memory.
No, I don't think so. I wish I did.
Huh.
I really like Electric Wizard though. If anybody likes Electric Wizard, I would love to hear your favorite Electric Wizard album, or just rank them. I have like they're like one of those bands that I'm familiar with their whole discography, so that I have fun rating them in my head sometimes. I feel like other people said things about music. Somebody said something really nice about just like, very like kind. It was just like, oh, I appreciate your breadth of music love. And I was like, oh, thank you. It was very nice. That made me feel nice.
People are nice.
People are nice. I like to talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Taco about it.
Talk about it. I'm dominating it again with music talk, but I've been listening to a lot of jazz lately.
It's all good.
Jazz and hip hop.
I'm still not really listening to music.
No, I know it's like all I do. Like I don't know, and I've been going into like discography, so I'm like, I feel like a lot of people aren't super interested. Like if there's lots of people who if they listen to jazz, they'll maybe listen to like 60s jazz, like as it starts to get like. That's like when all like classic stuff is.
Mm-hmm. Like Miles Davis? Or...
Yeah, like all the like experimental stuff, like all the advancements, like Miles Davis, John Coltrane.
Like whenever those are the two names that come to mind whenever I try to think of like jazz musicians.
Yeah.
You know, on my extremely limited knowledge.
Yeah,
just
totally.
Like
I think they're probably the most famous too.
Yeah.
Thelonious Monk's pretty famous too.
Yeah, although I was telling Cory in the car, I honestly didn't even realize Thelonious Monk was like a jazz person, much less a jazz person from like not the last 20 years. Like,
yeah, totally.
It just sounds like a name of someone more modern to me. I don't know why that would be necessarily, but it's just where my brain goes. Like, that's a modern hip hop artist, not a 60s jazz musician.
And his full name is Thelonious Sphere Monk. Sphere as an orb.
Yes.
It's very bizarre.
It's crazy.
No, but like there's a compilation called The Genius of Modern Music, volumes 1 and 2. The Rudy Van Gelder Blue Note Records, like he was a sound engineer. They do tons of Blue Note Records is amazing. It has like they had like a whole sound through the 50s and 60s, but there's a remaster of those albums on Spotify. Like basically the whole Blue Note catalog is on Spotify, which is incredible. But those are on there, and it's like I didn't realize that he had been recording so early, even myself. It was like the first one is from like 47.
Wow.
Yeah, and like the one I recommended last time was an Jazz Messenger's album, and that was like 58, I think. It was a little bit later. So it was like right, and bebop becomes hard bop. Anyway.
That's cool.
It was really cool. I'm really getting into it. I'm like, I was telling Ryan, I was like, I'm really trying to. It's like classical, where I kind of sometimes I don't. Oh, this is unfortunate. Sleep.
Just sleep.
Who puts you to sleep? The zombies?
The casters in the back.
Oh, they're all holding swords. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, blah.
They are annoying.
This is a really good beer. I think it's worthy of. It also has a really cool cover because he looks like a monk, kind of.
Yeah, but also like that might have partially inspired why I thought of him as being more modern, because like this picture looks like If you click on the link, I think probably the Beer Advocate site will have a picture of this label or at least of the bottle.
He does have like a piano keys as like kind of a halo around his head.
I never even noticed.
Yeah, it also says Carpe Diem Vita Brevis at the bottom.
What is that last part?
Seize the day, life is short.
Life is short. Okay, that's what I was going to guess, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot. My Latin is not. You actually took a class in Latin, right?
I took a couple semesters of Latin.
Yeah. See, I never did. I had Latin roots in 4th and 5th grade. Latin and Greek roots. Maybe just 4th grade. I'm not sure. No. It was just 5th. Oh, yeah. But that's kind of like the extent of it.
I know. It was a shame. I actually really liked it, but I started taking it when I was in grad school. Like, I was taking a full regular load and then just, like, taking Latin for fun on the side, and it was just too much.
Yeah, Latin is... This doesn't seem like the kind of thing you do for fun, but, I mean...
I have a weird notion of fun.
Just labors.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, even with the jazz records, it's just like I have them pulled in order of release date so that I can get a sense of like this particular group of performers' sound evolution. And I have this like really obsessive tendency where I want to like be able to recognize a performer by their play style, and then be able to chart them. And like I had this realization that like I'm just super into genre, so like and tracing development. So that's why things that are superficially repetitive, like jazz to someone who doesn't really listen to a lot, or slasher movies or something like that. Like I'd like to trace changes.
The lineage.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why that's such a thing for me, but it really is. And also, you know, like this whole project we're doing where we're kind of tracing the lineage of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, definitely
appeals to me on a very deep level. So,
even when it is aggravating.
Yeah, I mean,
this game is being a little bit. Okay. I can't tell the difference between the attack animation for sleep and for break.
They're just gonna booble around you.
And they're both like white boobles. So
they are
like,
white boobles.
I see that animation, I'm like, oh god. But it wasn't. It wasn't this time. I did look at the ability distribution for these guys.
Yeah.
Like the chance that they cast the stoning spell, which I believe is break, is like 5%. And they're already
really?
like not a super common encounter.
Okay.
So like the chance of it happening to us is actually relatively low. It just happened to us like a couple times, like very quickly last time. So that was pretty frustrating. And then I feel like between that and the fact that we can save state at the beginning of each level to make sure that we don't have to, you know, traverse the entire dungeon again, I think that'll make it so that we get through this.
We're gonna eat this dungeon's heart.
And absorb its power.
That's right.
I do love delicious heart meats.
I think they eat a heart in. No, maybe they don't. You know the movie Apocalypto? It's a Mel Gibson movie.
Yes, I do know that. A Mel Gibson joint.
A Mel Gibson joint. I think they eat a heart in that movie. Maybe they don't, and I'm just making
They eat a heart in Game of Thrones.
They eat hearts sometimes.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. Alright. Anyway.
Hey, we're back. Hey, we were never gone.
We were never really gone. That was like 10 seconds.
It's like we're weird time travelers.
Yeah. It's just stupid. I have to stop the recording to do a save state because it just breaks everything.
That's a lot of Moboars right now.
It's a lot of Moboars. Bye.
Oh, my phone.
Bye, Moboars. Bye.
Bye. That was a Final Fantasy Legend.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
If you've been watching Legend. We were talking about this. Our view count on the Legend, it looks weird and broken.
I don't know if... Maybe it's going to be... Like, this is so asynchronous, so, like, nobody's going to have any idea. But, like, for episodes 3 and 4, I could have sworn they had way more views than, like, 7 and 10 or something, whatever they have right now. But I don't know.
Very strange.
YouTube's messing around. Or maybe just only 7 people watched it.
Yeah, maybe no one likes... I mean, to be fair, it is hard to, like, watch a Game Boy game, because, like... It was already hard for people to really enjoy. Like, we had several people say that they were going to check back in with the thread later.
Yeah.
Because it's just hard to watch videos of an 8-bit game or of an NES game.
True.
And then couple that with the fact that, like, it's black and white.
I feel like we've had some good responses to Legend, though. Yeah. Like, I feel like some people...
I think some people, especially people who appreciate the systems of that game, like to watch that game.
Somebody was commenting about, see, look, the numbers are different now. It says 84 and 62 views.
Maybe YouTube's just...
I think YouTube's just wild out. Yeah. So that
happens sometimes, though. YouTube is, you can't really trust your numbers until a week later.
True. Also, this guy plays. Thanks for your comment about us having good commentary.
Thank you. Thanks. That's really nice of you.
That's very nice of you. And we got some comments on 3, I think. No, on 2. Just kidding.
Yeah. For our YouTube-only people, maybe there are people that don't necessarily follow the thread, but who are watching on YouTube. We read all the comments, and I try to respond to all of them, although sometimes I don't have time, and so I have to wait until later in the week. But I do read them all, and I do eventually comment on them.
Did you see Magical Trevor's comment about how he had called Liz as being one of the characters?
Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty wild.
And somebody was also very excited about Alan being a bird that like ate everything. Also, we didn't. I don't think we gave a quick little shout out. I don't know if Chrissy will listen to this, but Chrissy, my partner, is the one who makes all of the backgrounds for us. So she puts together the cool little images and bumps. Because she's very talented.
And did it on short notice as well. So definitely appreciate it. That's the stuff that goes in at the end of the video.
Yeah, and the thumbnails for the videos.
Yes, I do. put the thumbnail together based on the image that she sends us. So, yes, as always, thank
Yay,
you.
Christy.
Everyone that contributes.
Yeah.
Our support system.
This beer is hitting me like a
Mac truck.
Yeah.
You do have a seltzer water too.
I do. I brought everything.
Like
also, this I think part of it, the purchase of this boar goes to jazz education.
Hey,
Thelonious Monk something or other.
I like jazz education.
That's pretty neat.
Like, I may not listen to jazz, but I appreciate what it does and where it is in our culture. So.
I wish that I started taking when I was taking guitar lessons like 10 years ago. Like the guy who was teaching me was actually like a jazz musician and also studying like classical guitar. I wish I had stuck with it. I was too young, I think, to like really stick with it. Because that's the thing. It just requires so much.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the thing. Like going back, I was telling Ryan, like you're going back and listening to these old records, and like it might sound kind of like aesthetically pleasing or like old fashioned, and you like picture like cocktail glasses or something, or you know what I mean? Like it sounds old, but like there's so much that goes into like I don't know. There's so much knowledge and skill that has to go into even producing like what might sound like noodling or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
that's the thing is that like I listen to it and I just know that I don't have the appreciation for it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a difference between like hearing something and deciding that you don't like it, and that it's not for you, and deciding that it's bad.
Yeah, totally. Like,
and I think it's important not to trip over that line because like there's an audience for everything.
Yeah.
Even this LP.
Surprisingly.
But it's something I learned actually from Magic. I read the Tumblr of Mark Rosewater, the head designer of Magic.
Totally.
And in it, he answers a lot of questions about Magic, but also just kind of like dispenses wisdom as someone who's been in the industry for a long time, a sort of entertainment industry. And something that he's talked about with cards that people don't like is like, it's just not for you.
Right.
There's an audience for everything. It's just, if you don't like it, it's probably just not for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But, in the end, even the most esoteric entertainment has an audience. Hang on 1 second. And that's important when you're, just trying to understand what other people like or why, a type of media exists. Oh, these are ghosts. I think these are good. Spooky.
But I totally agree with you. And, like... And I think, like, too, like that classic era of jazz in particular had, like, a particular cultural moment. And I think by the 70s, like, jazz obviously still continued to exist. It didn't disappear or anything. And it's still, like, an art form. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's there's lots of things that have continued to happen in jazz. But, like, as a major cultural force, like, I feel like it had its particular time. And it was probably eclipsed by other genres of music.
Yeah. But stuff that still borrowed from it.
Oh, yeah.
Tremendously.
Well, like, part of what sent me back on a jazz kick, I was listening to this album by Quasimodo called The Unseen. It's basically an alias of the producer Madlib. But there's some producers in hip-hop will use, like, jazz samples, you know what I mean? Like, and he has that Madlib in particular has an affection for jazz. So, like, it plays heavily into his sample use, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
So I thought that was kind of neat, and I don't know, like on a Tribe Called Quest album, like there's this line that I always remember where, like he's talking, like one of the lines is something about him, like his dad listening to hip hop or something, and he just said, like my dad said it reminded him of bebop and stuff like that. Runs with, I don't know, it's pretty cool. So it's like there's these continuities, and like I don't know, there's jazz and funk and soul and all these sorts of things that kind of have built around each other. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
There's just an article I saw, like, saying that, like, hip-hop was kind of, like, the most influential, like, music development more than the Beatles or something like that. Like, I don't remember, like, how, but it was, like, some sort of pseudo-scientific study about the nature of music. Yeah.
I wonder how you make a statement like that.
Well, I think it was... I don't know how they tracked it. I think the idea was that, and I could totally see this, is that well, the Beatles innovated a lot. Like, a lot of the things that they were doing musically had already pre-existed them, and hip-hop was very different. I don't know. There's a lot of music out there.
That's true.
There's a ton of it.
There's a lot of music.
It's so good, though. It's so good.